Hi, in this video I'm gonna shortly talk about the best bucking for your gas blowback pistols and rifles, especially rifles. So this is like a continuation of my last video regarding the AEG inconsistency when it's turned to the hole pop, and that is a lot of cases related to inconsistent BB placing depths by not having enough hop pressure. Now I had the same issue on one of my GBBRs. I had a WE Scar L, that is HP8, and it has really consistent FPS. I'm talking about plus minus 1. However, it also was inconsistent when it comes to the hole pop. Sometimes go up, sometimes go down. They can never dial it right. I also had R-hop in it. So after my experience with the AEGs, my first thought was the GBBR is the same thing. And after some deeper look, and it's actually very common for GBBRs. Some of my friends, they run GBBR and they also have inconsistent hop. And they are using like maple leaf buckings, which are very popular. People always suggest that it's like a hive mind, like all they know is maple leaf. Yeah, fuck that. But for GBBRs, it's a little bit trickier. It varies from gun to gun. Because for a GBBR, you have a magazine lip that your BB is jammed in there, and your nozzle have to hammer through that lip tension to push it inside. On pistols, actually I must say, on pistol it's quite consistent. You don't have that issue most of the time because your lip tension just happen to be just right compared to your recoil spring pushing the nozzle forward. So the chambering is actually okay, and most of the times they do also help a lot by when you close up the two sides of a chamber, you squeeze the bucking just a little bit. Even this way you can see it's slightly deformed. Okay, and your nozzle just normally breaks really slowly into the chamber. However, I had on rifles it's harder because you do have a massive bolt carrier together with the nozzle and you slam it forward. So without wanting to going back to a traditional bucking, which I'm sure it would also work, but there is a better solution. Unlike the AEG, you do have a better solution for GBBRs, and this is the Modify. The Modify, I believe it's called X-Wing bucking, and is really excellent for GBBRs. First, it's a very soft silicone material. I actually do believe this one is made of silicone, unlike the maple leaf, which is just a really mushy rubber thing. And it's better than the, I would say it's on par with the 9-ball purple. Maybe softer, you know, this one maybe softer. And you can see there are two ribs on the inside where the bucking normally is smooth. And that two ribs is super important. That's what breaks down your BB speed. So you do have like a kind of like a maple leaf patch right there. I mean, not really maple leaf patch, it's just a big patch right there. Okay, you have a little cut, but it's generally pretty big. You can see it fills up the entire barrel window, which is nice. And these two ribs would slow down your BB chambering speed. So I changed this bucking to my Scar L, and it's super consistent. Before then, I had to use really heavy BBs to get some consistency. And now I can use 0.3 gram BBs and still get really consistent hole pop, like super consistent. And this one here, I installed it on a pistol. I don't really have to, but since I had this lying around, so, and I know that this will be my go-to bucking for all GBBRs. The material is good, the patch shape, I mean, they really don't need any fancy cuts. I mean, look at maple leaf. all that go around with from their diamond shapes, their what this shape, that shape. But in the end, everybody prefers the MR bucking because it's just like our whole patch. So I don't really dig any of the fancy cutting down the patch. As long as you help me without taking too much FPS out of my rifle, I'm fine with it. The material is more important, and I like this one. It is really soft. It's soft and grippy, which is the best kind. Cool, so this sums it up. If you have a GBBR pistol, well, pistol I won't say much. I mean, most buckings work. They do chamber a lot gentler than rifles. If you have a rifle and your magazine lip is plastic, like the WE ones, you will see a lot of improvement changing to this bucking. As I said, it does depend on the magazines, and I'm aware of that for WA family of guns, let's say you have a GMP, you have a Viper tag, you have a Inokatsu, you do have, let's say if you use the Provin magazines or whatnot, you have a metal lip, and the BBs really have to be squeezed out of there, which is bad for the BB. I don't really like their magazines. If you don't charge gas in your gun and just pull back the bolt handle and you slam it forward and you then chamber one BB, push it out and you take a look, you can see a little flat space in the back. That's where your nozzle hits it. But from gun to gun, like I think GHK doesn't have much of that issue. VFC sometimes. It really depends on magazine. Because if the magazine really can break your nozzle speed down, that also works. But it is of course a lot better to be a soft braking with this. So thanks for watching, and Happy New Year.